Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. This week, we've got teams who went in opposite directions last week.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. The veteran Matt Bryant set to rock and roll, and we are underway here on EA Sports. They find some open field here. The 40. And he'll go out of bounds all the way down inside the 35. So that will push him back.
And now we know why he had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And some room to work. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it consistently here. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run with Elliott, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And an alley to run. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. And this is brought in by Pryor. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the play. fake here on first down. Pryor has it complete. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you. I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered cover. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Coleman now. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now Dobbs. Eluding the pressure right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. A pretty good mark there. They needed 14. They got 14 on 3rd down. Fresh set of downs here. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Here's Coleman. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down. Out of the gun, Dobbs. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And now here come the Cowboys. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A first down carry by Elliott. Bulldozes past him, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he stopped immediately there. call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
Nice job there defensively on third down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Prescott to throw this time. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 33. 9 yards on the play and a first down. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is. They'll run it now out of the gun. Power running by Zeke. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Coming up later tonight, a reminder, one of the games we circled coming into the season, the Patriots at the Broncos. These two certainly have played some memorable games in recent years.
They sure have.
And tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 10 with the Dolphins heading up to visit the Panthers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. On the carry, it's Hill. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Matt Bosher, 7th-year man from Miami, on to punt as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Second down, Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
A second down throw for Prescott. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down. So completion on second down, that brings up third. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it.
Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they will take over at the 26. Yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Forced the fumble last time. Now 2 turnovers that they forced here in this first half, Charles.
And this defense has set the tone for the game. Taking it away twice here in the first half of the game, that's going to make the offense so uncomfortable the rest of the game and really make them focus on ball security. Sometimes that cuts down your ability to make big plays.
The offense will try to prove you wrong here. They'll try to find that comfort. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Now the 7th-year man, Chris Jones, on to kick. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. It's a gain of a yard. And that leads to a Dallas first down. Well, kind of interesting for sure. It worked out for them. They only had a yard to go. You know, when you do that fake punt, you're kind of starting back further than you need to when you only have 1 yard.
Yeah, and I guess they felt like that was a true full fake because most of the time with a yard to go, you leave your offense on the field, you run something from your playbook. But here, they gave the full impression they were going to punt it away and picked up the first down. They definitely surprised us.
I was going to say, surprise, surprise. On second down, it's Jones. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Calling a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a second and just 3. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll try to throw now. Prescott out left side here to Bryant. There he goes inside the 30. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jeremy Curley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And that makes it 14-10. Bailey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Dobbs now on second down. Drops it off for Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
On first down, Dobbs to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Here we go! Ohio! Ohio!
On second down, Dobbs. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught, They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And it's complete. Cooper. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. He got 29 yards that time. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
Let's go!
Now Dobbs. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. On play action, it's Dobbs. He finds Coleman. The 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And the quarterback is actually split out wide there in the Wildcat. Now a Wildcat look. It's Jones. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And hello, I guess Larry's halftime show was buttoned through. And we are moving on and ready to go for the third quarter. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They will run again with Coleman, and he'll power his way up near the 25. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a third down at about 9 to go.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Dobbs is throwing. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. This is Coleman, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 8 yards to go here on second down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Dobbs to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Throwing here, Dobbs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. A big kick, 50 yards that time, with a return of 4. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. The drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Back to throw Dobbs. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On play action, they'll throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Demarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Prescott now on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. Quick update from Levi's Stadium. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They begin the drive with Coleman. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. He's airing it out for Sanu. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Dodge to throw. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And that's a big collision. He's knocked backwards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Coleman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. finally get him at the 12. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Dobbs. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. And now it's second down.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Dobbs. Well, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be fourth down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep here for Bryant. So that's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dez Bryant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Bailey now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And now the Falcons are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. To throw is Dobbs. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The rookie from UCLA, Tech McKinley. And it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Cowboys, of course, looking forward to 4 days from now. An extra quick turnaround, their annual Thanksgiving Day game against this year's opponent, which is the L.A. Chargers.
I'm looking forward to that. We're going to be there for that game, of course, and think of it this way. Ezekiel Elliott for the Cowboys, Joey Bosa for the Chargers, college roommates, college teammates, now NFL opponents.
And turkey for all. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw here. Looking downfield for Jones. And got his man complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So they're operating in the red zone. It's Coleman here. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Going with Coleman, the fullback. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons have broken our tie. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Now, we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. They'll run it with Jones, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They are on to the fourth quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara, and make it a 2-touchdown advantage now for the Giants. A win would be just their second of the year if they could hold on. This is Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On the counter, here's Jones. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So a first down and 5 for the offense. He'll look to throw. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They are on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. He's back to throw. A win would be just their 2nd of the year if they could hold on. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll look to throw. It's Williams on the catch. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. 6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. Back to throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And here we go on 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Jones. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Atlanta, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's just their